Hello, good afternoon, sports fans, or health fanatics as you really are. It's Chris Pickard, Body in Balance in sunny Brookmans Park in southern Hertfordshire, coming live to you again with another of the Magnificent Seven. This week it's all about thinking right. Now I shall just let Facebook do the audience building kind of thing that it does. I'm scrolling all the way to some random places here and sending out some different invites here because it all seems to be random. Oh yes, there you go. Let's send, who should we go for? There we go. Something different. Okay. All right. So, hello, I'm back. Hello, Kath, Jackie, and Helen. And Jackie again. So today I'm hopefully going to answer why there's so much frustration, irritability, anger, depression, frustration, why people have inconsistent results. And it's because, now it's not always because as you know, there's lots of reasons for everything for the brain not to work properly, such as if you were watching yesterday, and if you've gone back to the link of yesterday where I talked about the wow brain versus the oh brain, I put a link to a brain chemistry questionnaire which actually analyzes how you're thinking and what's going on and all these different things like, are you depressed, what do you think about? And it helps look at how the four major brain chemicals in your brain may be working, and it's called the Braverman Nature Assessment. So if you didn't see that, that's a good thing to do and to take. And if you don't understand the results, then you can always email me the numbers and talk to me and I'll go through it with you. So yeah, it's not just all about one thing, but one of the major reasons for so many problems for so long, even when we had fantastic food all the time hundreds of years ago, there are still these problems. And that's because there's a mismatch between our core values, what is actually deep centered inside each and every one of us, and our beliefs. And our beliefs, so many people don't actually know what they're believing, and so their belief system is causing them to act one way, but in here they know that there's something else. Their values, that's not what they actually really are. And a lot of people don't really understand how my brain isn't working properly. Jet lag. Jet lag, lots of B vitamins, NADH, which is one of the activated B vitamins. That's a good idea. So, yeah, beliefs versus values. Where do our beliefs come from? And this is one of the things, is most people don't realize that their beliefs have actually been chosen for them, either by your parents, your grandparents, because beliefs are handed down generation to generation. If you're steeped in a particular religion, of course, then your beliefs are going to be coming from there. But a lot of people's health beliefs about where they believe health is and what health is about is actually coming from the media. It's come from the news. It's come from adverts. It's come from what the drug companies want you to think of as health. It's what we've all grown up with health. And these are big problems. And it's not just areas in health, it's everything. Your beliefs about everything is, most people's beliefs actually come from the media these days. They don't actually come from something that's consciously happened in here. And so I'm going to walk you through a process that's hopefully going to help you understand what's going on and how to examine what's going on so that you can get different results, because that's what it's all about. So we have the 5 Ps, the 5 Ps pyramid. Now, of course, eating lots of green peas is going to be good for you, but these are different Ps. These all stand for different things. And I'm probably not going to do much writing here. And I'm going to start at the top of the pyramid. Okay, the top of the pyramid, okay, stands in this formula. It stands for prosperity. But I think it's better to actually change this to results. results. P is prosperity, and obviously prosperity is nearly always just linked back to money, but prosperity in health, in wellness, in relationships. Okay, your results at the very top of the pyramid, they're the end result of all these different layers that come from it. Now, where do you get your results from? You get your results from, next P down here, which is your procedures. Okay, which in My 365 terms, if you're not a member of My 365, you need to join. My 365 terms is, which we all learned about, is your rituals. It's your daily rituals, your daily habits that produce your results. I mean, yes, you can do something like, you can go to a shop and you can spend lots of money and the result is you get what you wanted. But we're talking about your health, your way of thinking, what's actually happening inside here, and what's happening inside here is not down to just one transaction that you just thought of. It's down to your repeated rituals. So, and what was I going to say as well? Doesn't matter, it's gone. Okay, but where do your rituals come from? Your rituals, could we make up an R for this one? Well, P is your psychology, maybe your reasoning, maybe. This is your thought processes, what you're thinking. Okay, but what you're thinking is, again, it's often not what you've actually chosen to think. Most of the thoughts that we have in our head every day are what we had yesterday and the day before and the day before and the day before and the day before. Our general thought processes don't change, which is why our rituals and our habits don't change. And our thought processes, our psychology, they're learnt. They're not necessarily something that's hardwired and installed into us. They're learnt behaviors, basically, our thinking patterns. And everything in the top three here is actually a result of what's in these lowest two here. And it's these lowest two that most people never really get to examining. And they're just playing around here. They're trying to play around with their psychology and their rituals to try and get different results. But it's actually the base of the pyramid of which they all stand on. That's what you have to work on. I've remembered what I was going to say now. The 5 Ps formula I got from a chiropractor called Patrick Gentempo, who is part of his training, the philosophy formula, which is for chiropractors or osteopaths. And it's a practice building thing, but it works really well with all sorts of things. So you have, because it's based on how we actually work mentally. So what's this P here? This is what everyone in My 365 is working on this week. Purpose. What is your purpose? And of course, you can have purposes in different areas of your life. You can have a different purpose at work, a different purpose at home. You can have an overall purpose as to what you want to achieve in life. You can have purposes in different areas. But most people are aiming around without a purpose. Basically, a life without a purpose is like a boat, a ship without a rudder. It's just going to float around. It's going to be blown by the winds and the seas and the currents. It's going to be blown by current affairs, by what's on the radio, what's on the news, what your friends are saying. Your direction isn't coming from you. And that's where your direction has to come from. It has to come from you. Nobody else should give you direction. Okay, not me. Nobody else. Your direction, you can get guidance. You can ask someone. You can get a navigator. So you can ask them questions, so you can check that, because you might not know how to navigate, but you still know your direction. And this is where coaches and mentors come in, because you can have an idea about where you want to go, but you don't know how to get there. So you role model, you find people to help you. Now, if you don't know what your purpose is and you're in My 365 and you're struggling, then I've got something tomorrow to come up to help with that. So you've got your purpose. And where does your purpose come from? Well, these are actually more of a sort of a blended mesh in some ways, I think. Okay, but right at the bottom, you have your philosophy, your own unique philosophy on life. So it isn't doing something like picking up a book and reading it and saying, this is really good. I'm going to believe this. I'm going to act like this. What your philosophy is your thoughts on what you've just read. This is why journaling and writing down your thoughts about things is so important, because it helps reveal your inner philosophy, your inner thoughts. And once you start understanding and realizing, very often through the process of writing this down, which is why the My 365 journal is so good if you haven't got one, is it helps reveal all these other things, and it helps build you up from the bottom. And so as this changes, it's going to, and your purpose and your philosophy change, and you understand what's going on, the base gets bigger, it gets stronger, it gets more definite, it gets more foundational. And so your psychology gets much more aligned to what's happening in here. So your beliefs start aligning with your values. And then your rituals, your procedures will naturally change. And so because your procedures and your rituals have changed, your results will also change. So is that clear? Fantastic, great. So the 5 Ps, really good tool. But of course, what we want to do is we want to really try and understand our philosophy as well, because that's going to help everything. So this is where the 3 Qs, the 3 Ps, the 5 Ps and the 3 Qs. The 3 Qs are questions. And I kind of added in as a 4th one. But again, this is from the philosophy formula. Now there's actually 5 major branches of philosophy, and this is actually just looking into 3. So 1, okay, the first thing we're going to think about, because we're all about health here, is what you need to answer for yourself is, what do you believe about health? And you can break it down further as well. Like, if you're in pain, what does pain mean? Is pain itself something that should be stopped with a painkiller and blocked and numbed? And so therefore, if pain is something to be blocked and numbed and stopped, and the pain is the problem, then you take a painkiller, and that stops the pain. But if you stop and think about what pain means, pain's there for a reason. Why is the... Well, yeah, that's the next question. What is your belief about pain and what it is? Okay. Why is the pain there is all kind of question. But actually, it's why do you believe that? So, for instance, why do you believe that taking a painkiller is good for pain? Because that's what you've grown up. You've grown up thinking you take a pill, that's it, you get better. But so many people in today's society are in so much chronic pain. They're taking painkillers every day, because that's what they believe is the answer. And they haven't really gone back to examine, why are they taking a painkiller all the time? Why do doctors believe that taking painkillers is the answer for arthritis, when arthritis isn't caused by pain? You know, and if there is inflammation, why is there inflammation? Inflammation doesn't just happen to give you arthritis and pain for no reason. Same, inflammation happens in the brain. Why is the brain frustrated? Why are these things happening? Why is there depression? Why can't I get over my sugar addiction? Why can't I lose weight consistently? Why can't I stick to these things? But understand, it's because you've got to know what you believe about all these. What do you believe about dieting? What do you believe about weight? What do you believe about vegetables? What do you believe about all of this? And then you ask the why question. This is, why do I believe this? And it's very often because of society. It's something that's triggered. It's something that's adverts on TV telling you this is what it's like. So first you ask, what do you believe about anything? And you can apply this to anything. Okay, what do you believe? Why do you believe it? And then I think there should be a little other question in there, is, does this belief serve me? And this goes back to Dr. Bob Rakowski, and I was talking, I think, on Monday about it, is love. Zealously inspecting everything that's going into you, whether it's the thought processes, whether it's what you're eating, drinking, whatever. If you truly love yourself, is this belief serving me? Is this, is this serving a long, healthy, happy life? Is this belief compatible with what I actually want from life? Or if you have a hard time loving yourself, choose someone you love, okay, and project onto them, and so you can get into their alter ego and say, would this belief serve them? And would I want them to have this belief? Can I see that it's detrimental in some way? And the answer is, if, you know, the belief is null and void and is not doing any good, either way, you then ask another what question. What are you going to do? This is the action question, basically. So first of all, you examine introspection, and then first of all, introspection, what and why things are going on, and then you take action. Because philosophy isn't just about thinking. At the end of the day, it's about challenging your beliefs and not nurturing them and coddling them and saying, what pretty beliefs they are, aren't they lovely? The true nature of philosophy is to challenge your beliefs. Get into the what and the why of your beliefs, challenge them, examine them, probe them, test them, see if they stand up to a good pounding and a good beating. Are they solid? Because if they're solid, then they're probably going to be quite good for you. So I hope that all helps today. The 5 P's, which are philosophy, drives your purpose, drives your psychology, drives your procedures, which gives you your prosperity or your results. And then, what do you believe? Why do you believe it? Does that belief serve you? And what are you going to do about it? Okay, thank you very much, everyone. And I will see you tomorrow, if you're having difficulty with your purpose, or if you want to sort of help get on track a bit more and understand yourself a bit more, there's a fantastic tool that I use and I recommend to all my patients, and I'll be going through that tomorrow. So until then, if you need help, if you want to go into Brave Human Nature and you need help, then give us a call on 01 707 662 704 or email me. And until then, live long and prosper.